Yeah, I'm trying. Daily vlog. Looking into the flat earth. You check it out on YouTube. Looking at me like I'm nuts. Oh, I think, where's the ring of these? And what yes? Do you think it just gets him a few privileges, or?
Of course it does. Because
do you think it means that he's a Satan worshipping?
No, the
baby
ring.
Killing?
No, the ring spins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ring spins.
Yeah. And then on the other side.
So when the old Bill pull him up,
turns it round, gives him
the ring up. You go. Or when he's in court or whatever.
But
he knows all
thing,
the handshakes and signs. And
there's a big thing on the internet saying that all the Freemasons are like running the world. I think they're being used as a scapegoat because they're sort of like this close knit community that help each other out, like you say. You know, a cop will pull you over and you get off of it. But I don't think they're actually running things. I think someone's using that as an excuse to say, I think it's like the Clintons and all those people, right? Horrible people.
They use it for their own advantage.
Sure, and I reckon there's got to be a few corrupt Freemasons as well, no doubt about that, and they will use that same advantage amongst themselves, yeah? And then I used to work in Fairfield Halls, and just before it's closed down now, but just before it closed down there was a meeting of the Freemasons. They was all 60 plus, every single one of them. They're crying out for new members. No one wants to join anymore because of all the scare stories and stuff, but it seems to me that they're just a bunch of people who help each other build projects and travel around the world and things like that. Of the sort, definitely.
It's a cult.
It's just what a lot of people are saying about this flat earth thing at the moment. They're saying this is a cult, but that's the point. There's no paying into the flat earth. You just got to go online and look into it yourself, right? And there's so much involved with it. It's so far-reaching, like with governments and NASA and the Freemasons and everything. It's almost unbelievable. But the fact that I've been looking into this now for 2 years almost, and there's no one on TV saying, oh, there is a Russian operation to try and con you all, please be careful. No one said anything, and yet this has been going on for a long time, yeah? But of course there's always been, and we do the same thing to them, I'm sure of it. There's no way we don't do that to them as well.
Yeah, Russia drive through Dover.
Yeah?
A little while ago. You know why?
Go on.
To show their presence.
That's what I feel.
That's all it was.
That's what I feel. I feel that's what they do when they turn the sirens on when they're just flying around here sometimes. It's just to let you know they're here. Yeah, it's awful. We used to joke about it. Oh, look, they're late for their cup of tea. I'm not so sure anymore.
But no, if the war do kick off, yeah? No, if this war do kick off, we've had it. Trust me.
I'll take you just one further step down the rabbit hole with that one. I don't doubt you, and I don't want it to come to it, but there's a big controversy also about whether nuclear bombs are real. So you know Nagasaki and Hiroshima when they were bombed, if you look now at the photographs of them, they look more reminiscent of a firebomb. Like at Dresden, someone went over there with a whole bunch of firebombs and just gutted the place, because there are structures still standing, which you'd think with a blast, boom, nothing would stand. Yeah. But the only thing that went was all because they used to live in paper houses with the wooden structures and all that, yeah? All of that disappeared, but the stone structures stayed around. And then they've been conning everyone ever since that there are nukes. I mean, how else would you stop 300 million Russians from attacking you? You tell them there's nukes, isn't there, yeah? But this is what everyone's arguing about, is why have the Russians gone along with it and not exposed all this stuff?
I know what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you've got China. They ain't no mugs. They're way in front of us.
We don't know nothing about what goes on over there, I don't think. I don't think we know anything.
They're way in front of us.
Absolutely nothing.
And like Americans. Yeah? Americans.
Yeah.
They got more than what they said they got.
Definitely. Yeah? And this is all a part of what we're all talking about.
Because I was out fishing.
Why they're hiding stuff, you understand?
Listen, I was fishing. Yeah?
Yeah.
In Dover.
Yeah.
Yeah? No different to talking to you. I talk to anyone.
I don't talk so much anymore, I should do, but yeah.
To be honest with you, I talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm that sort of person, yeah?
That's how we should all be, really.
I was talking to the guy, and the bloke was standing, I was standing here, he was standing there. Anyway, we ended up talking, yeah? Same sort of conversation. And it was an older guy than me, yeah? An old guy, yeah? And we was talking about UFOs. And all that, we was talking about all that.
Yeah, I've been looking into UFOs since I was a teenager, do you know what I mean? I looked hard and long for that shit, long and hard.
You know what he worked as?
What?
It was a nuclear physicist.
Really? See, this is part of what everyone's talking about, is that there are people doing the work, but whether their end result is what they think it is...
And he said to me, he said, you would not believe the weapons that Americans got in their cupboard.
It would not surprise me.
You would not believe it.
And this is what everyone's talking about. Like, if you think about it, in the last 100 years, how much has the car advanced? It hasn't really, has it? So why not? Do you understand? Like, it's still... It has a little bit, but only a little bit, and there's no way it ain't advanced more than that. Why was the electric car invented before the petrol car, and yet we're still using petrol cars, and now we're only just going back to electric cars? It's all part of that technology they don't want us to have.
Of course it will. It's changed over the years.
I don't know if you heard what happened across.
Changed. A lot of things have changed, and it's all coming out
even
now.
since I was a kid, things have changed almost unrecognisably so.
The
I
Americans,
don't recognise my world almost now.
Americans, that plane, silent. Can't see it on radar.
Yeah. And this is what some people say they see as UFOs and things like that.
But what I'm saying is, where do they get that technology from?
This is what everyone's talking about. This is why, if it's not the aliens, then there's more land beyond with technology beyond our known area. Do you understand? Because there are some people who, say in Africa, who are not aware of England even exists. Do you know what I mean? Of course, in England we know a little bit more, but we only know as far as the Earth reaches. They haven't told us anything beyond that. They went to the moon like 7 times in 4 years, and then they haven't been back in 50 years. And now they're talking about going to Mars. And you're like, when I was a kid, they told me there'd be a moon base that I could go and visit on the moon.
But they're talking about that.
But why isn't it there now?
Because
my granddad thought about that.
It ain't been done yet.
It should have been, shouldn't it? With all the things we've
look
spent
at
money on wars.
I know,
and
look at Richard Branson. He built that show.
And he's tried to get in space and he's failed. Elon Musk as well. Have you heard of him? Elon Musk.
He can get it. He's got the money, isn't he, to do it.
This is the problem.
It's like the lottery. He wanted to run the lottery.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they sold it to Canada, didn't they?
Yeah, and they stopped that because he said, "I'm going to make it a fair lottery."
And they don't want that.
And it's not fair.
That is the biggest thing I think in flat Earth. Everyone's talking about is that none of this is fair, and a lot of it comes down to greedy people. You've heard of the Rothschilds?
Greed.
They've got more money than like 60% of the world, I think it is, and you're just like, that's just not right. How the fuck have you got 5 trillion in the bank, and there are countries that don't make $1 billion in a year?
That's what I'm saying.
This is not right. Greed. That's what people want to change. I hope for myself that the internet changes that. That will allow the world to communicate like this again. Because this is how it used to be. This is how it used to be. I think people used to walk around quite freely.
They talk.
And they talk to each other, yeah? They'd look after. They're always bad people around, don't get me wrong.
Of course there is.
But there were far more good people that would look after you on your little travels around the country. Nowadays, they've sort of trained us all to stay at home, don't go out, don't talk to anyone, do as you're fucking told, and it's awful. I see it in my kids, my youngest one, so creative as a small one, to my 16-year-old who now just don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
Just don't want to do nothing, don't want to interact with anyone other than his little group, don't want to go out and visit places or anything like that. And it's just not right. He should be curious, and he should be wanting to get out in the world and visit places.
And sort it.
And they're just not interested.
Travel, isn't it?
But it all comes down to money again, doesn't it? And they won't let us have any of it. They seem to keep us on that breadline for the last 1,000 years at least, do you know what I mean? Just kept us as peasants. And because they give us TVs and things, we all forgot that we were slaves and peasants, do you know what I mean? We all thought, yeah, this is great, look at my nice flashy car and stuff, and then you realise, oh shit, it don't actually mean nothing, you know?
But you don't own it.
You don't, that's awful, that. I've tried to say to my other half that she don't own her car, and she's the keeper of the car. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you don't own it. That's how they can come and take it away from you, because you don't own it, it's not yours.
That's right.
Same thing with houses. People think they've got a mortgage.
They own it.
It means
they don't own it.
A mortgage means
the bank owns it.
A death payment. It's a death contract. It's a mortgage. Mort means death, and so it means you're paying that for the rest of your life. And then when you die, they're just going to take it back off you.
They'll take it back off you and pay for your death.
When I think about how my granddad worked, all these years he went to school at night and he bought his house, bought a second house down in the country, and then he died of leukemia and like 3/4 of it got taken off him in probate and everything else that goes with it. And, it's like, and it caused nothing but divisions amongst my dad and my auntie and my uncle. And you're just like, this is not right. This is not what my granddad wanted. That's not why he worked so hard for all that.
He worked all his life for that.
And this is what's happening to everyone. We've just had a recent death in the family. And same thing, she had no children, and now there's slight arguments going on about who's getting how much, and you're just like, that's not what Gladys wanted when she died.
I wouldn't even argue about it, would you?
I wouldn't. I'm not. It's them, and you're just like, but they're caught up. They won't. If I try and talk to them about anything like this,
it's like,
they don't know what I'm talking about.
It's like my parents, yeah? My parents, they got money. Yes, they have, yeah? They got money. And my sister, they got stuff in there. No. They got stuff in there in that house worth a lot of money, yeah? A lot of money. And she said, oh, well, what about when Mum... Because I near enough lost my dad last year. Yeah? She said, what about when Mum and Dad go? Who's having this one? So I don't want none of it.
I don't want to know about that side.
I said, I don't want none of it.
It's not what I
said,
want.
you have it.
Yeah. I feel exactly the same. I feel exactly the same.
Do you know what I mean? Because I can't see why my mum and dad worked all their life to get what they got.
For us to then all argue about who gets
what.
Yeah, it's not right.
And you think yourself,
and do you know, it's happened it's happened more places than I can care to think about. My brother-in-law is not speaking to his sister because of the same thing. The same thing, because of when their stepdad died, and one of them took more stuff than the other one, and now they're not. And this is like 6 years ago now, and they're still not speaking. And I'm sure this is all to do it on purpose to stop us from coming together against those with the money and saying, "Hey, fuck you! That's enough, man. We've had enough."
Yeah.
Because I really don't think once upon a time, when there was no such thing as money, families didn't argue about stuff like that because there was nothing to argue about. No one argued about what someone left. Do you know what I mean? There weren't stuff to be left to other people.
It's a weird old world now.
It is. I'm not sure I like it.
And it's greed.
It is greed.
To be honest with you,
the bottom of it is greed.
It is greed.
I keep trying to say that to people, but
it's a greedy world.
They're not listening, you know. I've got a friend online, and the other day he bought himself a new computer, and he was so happy about it, and he didn't realise that he was doing just as good a job with his crappy old computer as he did with his new one, you know. And it meant so much to him, and that shouldn't be what it's all about now. We shouldn't be
greed, mate. Life is greed.
It's horrible, and I see it being bred into my kids. You know, when I go to school and I look around their classrooms and they've got like pictures on the wall of Mars bars and things like that, and you think, why is that on the wall? What, you're training my children to go and buy this stuff or something? This is not right, man. Like when one of my children came home with homework for a cooking lesson, and you had to take in like M&Ms or Smarties or something like that to make something, and you're like, but that's not making anything. You're teaching my children to go out and buy something, yeah? To make a little fucking Rice Krispie cake with fucking Smarties in it. You're like, oh, it's just not right.
It's a greedy old world.
It is all great. Even at schools, the lunchtime, you know, the school dinners, that's all about profit now. They tell you it's about health, but it's about the school paying the least amount for the food. And don't fucking stint on my children, man. Feed them fucking properly and don't worry about the cost. You understand?
Years, bro. You must remember, I don't know how old you are, mate.
Mid-30s, 36 now.
Okay. I'm 48. Yeah?
Yeah.
48 years old. Just go to school. Yeah, cook meal. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Dinners?
Yeah.
Cooked dinners?
School dinners now, I have to say, are appalling. One scoop of this, one scoop of that,
yeah, but no,
you know, and you're like...
Remember when they tried to change it? They was giving you sandwiches.
Yeah, I do remember sandwiches. They've changed it again now.
They've gone back.
And I think that's all just to keep you all distracted, isn't it? Yeah, to stop you rising up and doing something about it, which is what they don't want. You know that idiot Russell Brand?
Yeah.
In some ways, I love what that guy says, but he don't actually get to the root of it and say, let's fucking do something. He's got 1 million people watching on YouTube like every other day, and you're like, why aren't you doing something with that, man? You've got a massive base of people to actually do something, and you're not. He's gone out and he's made more films and made himself more money, and people are loving it. People love that, and I wish I could turn them away from that. You know, it is that greed thing. You know, it's horrible. And to see it in my children as well, I don't know how to get it out of them because I'm sure it's at school.
It's like my dad. Yeah, he talks about the government. Yeah. Talk to him now about it. He says, you know what the government is? A legalised mafia.
Yeah, it is.
He said it's a legalised mafia.
I'll be honest. Yeah, it is.
He said it's a legalised mafia.
I'll be honest, I've never voted, and I've known for a long time that I'm not going to vote because we're ineffective. They are told what to do by the big businesses, the big companies, and it don't matter how I vote. If the big business don't want something, the big business won't give it to you. I think this Brexit thing is a big joke. I think that we'll stay in whether we like it or not because the businesses make too much money by being part of the European Union. They won't let us leave. This is just another distraction to say, oh, okay, you can have your say.
Whoever
just to
gets
pacify you
whoever
for a while.
gets in, they go blah blah blah, they just do that.
They'll never do nothing. That's the reason why at the moment. Nobody's been voted in. I just think that just the same as when Gordon Brown was Prime Minister. Absolutely disgusting. You've never voted into that office, and you think you can come in and say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And like I say, you didn't do it anyway, but for you to come in and say to people you're going to do that, no way, mate. Right? The best you can do is say I'm caretaker and I'll just make sure things run smoothly until I'm out of office. But like this Theresa May, she's come in saying, no, I'm going to do this. Under whose authority?
It's like it's like council tax. That is the biggest con.
Isn't that disgusting? And what do you get for it? And no one can see you're not getting anything for it, and they're still paying it.
The biggest con.
Disgusting. Absolutely. When you think of all you pay when you go down the high street and pay to park in the high street and everything like that, you think, what am I paying for? Not only that, you pay rent on your house. What's the council tax for? That's to keep Joe Johnson happy, mate. You know what I mean?
I sat there and thought myself,
Disgusting.
right. Obviously, I'll pay council tax. You pay council tax.
You don't get a choice, do you?
You don't get a choice. Or you're out. Yeah.
This is the point. It's disgusting.
So, I pay £20 a month. Don't know what you pay.
A bit more than that, but yeah. I don't know what we had.
I'll pay £20 a month. Yeah. So you sit there, 5 houses. That's 100 quid. How many fucking houses
on each road? It's disgusting.
All over the country.
And what are they doing with it? That's what I want to know. What are they doing with it?
Where's that?
I mean, what's been done around here in the last 20 years?
Fuck off.
Nothing. You know? Absolutely nothing around here. Disgusts me. All we've got is the new Nugent Centre. Well, woohoo! Teach people to go and spend more fucking freaking money. It's not right. It blows my mind sometimes. And like I say, there are people out there that know about this stuff and want to talk about it, but there are too many people that want to talk about X-Men and Star Wars and all that sort of stuff.
I was watching did you see that programme on telly the other night? The Richie's Proctors.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I don't
see it.
I haven't seen it now. I watched
Anyway, it was on the other night. Yeah? Out in, I don't know, it was like an island. Yeah, I can't remember where it was. Yeah? She gave £8 million for an house, yeah? Then she hired a bloke, yeah, to come in and design the house. Yeah, it cost her £7 million.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
Something's not right, is it? Something's not right when it's like that.
Come on.
I used to make snooker tables, and sometimes people would get the full-size ones and they'd get it all properly polished up and it cost them a couple of £1,000. You'd go into their house and they've got swimming pools, 6 cards. No, I've got do you want one of these?
No.
And yeah, just some of the houses enough to make you
make you cringe.
Oh, awful.
I've been there and seen it.
You know, like basements converted into cinemas and things like that.
I've been there and seen it.
God, man.
I've been there and seen it.
You know, sometimes I struggle to pay the rent and stuff, and then there's this guy with all this stuff under his gas. And there's no way does that dude work harder than, not me, but let's say my wife, right? There's no way he works harder than she does, right? And yet she's still struggling, and this is not right. My mum's been struggling for decades now, and she's still struggling. You're like, that's not how it should work, you know? I was to retirement age and still having to find work.
I used to work, yeah. What I used to do for a living is a lot of big events.
Yep.
Yeah, put a marquee up.
Okay, of course, yeah, I thought you should do it. I just love that.
Yeah, put a big event up, and we go in and put the beer in.
Oh, nice.
That's what we used to do.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, used to do Epsom, Henley Regatta. Yeah.
Oh, cool, excellent.
Old Chelsea pensioners.
So yeah,
up in London.
The stands you would stand in, that's the bit I would do. I'd put all the stands up and stuff like that.
We used to put the beer in.
Yeah, wicked, man. That's the best bit.
That's what we used to do. Run all the pipe and put bars in and all that.
No way.
Sit cup.
Yep.
No sit cup as you go up near the hospital.
Yeah.
Come off there.
Yep.
Know where the petrol go. That.
Yep.
Garage,
yeah.
Go down a little bit further.
Okay.
There's a motor garage, isn't there?
Yep.
Up the side there.
Okay.
It's like a cricket ground up there, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
You know who owns that, don't you?
Go on.
Hey?
Well, I don't know.
No William Hill.
Oh, really?
His daughter.
No way.
No, I
way.
know that because there was a big event there.
You went and did it up there?
Put a marquee there.
No
Yeah.
way. That's quite a few.
My mate
people
looked at
around
me.
here.
Yeah, but listen, my mate looked at me. He went, "You know whose dog that is, don't you?"
No way. Really?
He said, "That's Willie Mills." I said, "Oh, fucking hell."
Oh, man.
Obviously, the marquee's massive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I mean massive, they had all pig roast there and fucking God knows what else. Yeah? That's not fuck off. He said, "No, seriously."
That's crazy.
You know what he come in?
No
Helicopter.
way.
Man,
No
straight
way.
in there.
That's
He
crazy.
went, there he is.
That's crazy. That is
Aye.
crazy.
And that's a big con.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Just to show off, innit? Just to show off. One of the most famous houses I went to take a snook table was, do you remember Alistair Sims? Used to be in the
Yes.
Trinians and all that. So yeah, it was his house. Had the tennis court out the back and stuff like that. Rather humble little house, I have to say, considering like, yeah, he must have been a big star in his time, you know what I mean? But the guy who moved in there, oh my god man, he had sniper rifles hanging around the house and he like he just pulled a £4 table off of us and...
Because we used to go round houses and all, no, like Farnborough Park.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. That's why I used to deliver a lot of my snooker tables.
All Farnborough Park and Keston Park, you still like go in and put bars in and
It's the amount of
fridges
money on
and
those houses
fucking
on
God
the
knows
floors.
what in them. Do you know what I mean?
It's just not right. Look, listen, I've got nothing wrong with people wanting to do better for themselves, doing better than me. I have no interest in getting a 14-bedroom mansion and a swimming pool. I really don't. I know some people do.
See you later.
Hey,